brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the Baltimore Ravens. 2 one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Let's go, let's go!
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here.
Now the leading rusher for the Pats last year is a rookie, Sony Michel. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Bridgewater. His throw incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and now it's 3rd down. Good play there to step in and knock that one away by Chris Harris.
Who said that he couldn't play in the NFL?
Not me.
Not you. A lot of scouts did. A lot of people undrafted, and has turned himself into a Pro Bowl corner.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Denzel Perryman with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This will be fielded at the 17. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. 31 yards there to 1st down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. But they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big rush coming, and he's taken down. Jalen Smith. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
To try again after the sack. Dalton got an open man. It's Washington. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. Looking for a crease. Can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Tackle that time by Ronnie Harrison. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Dalton here from the gun. is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. James Washington, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Dawson tacks on the point after, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
A gain of 15. First down, Cardinals.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They run, Cook. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On play action, it's Bridgewater. Rolling to his right. Herndon's got it complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 23 yards the pickup there.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Catch is made by Harry. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Back to the ground, Cook. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Irv Smith Jr. with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Lutz good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Running with Kamara. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up. Hands up. Lead. 56. Check 56. I'm coming.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
They can't hang with us.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
56. Can. I'm coming.
They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 20-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
A quick throw complete to Washington. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley, the rookie from Delaware. The 40. He's at the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And now this throw complete to Washington. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
3rd and 2 for Dalton. Open man is Gordon, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. And officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. On the ground, Kamara. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
51 the mic, boy, 51. All right, here we go. Let's go, D, let's go.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Denzel Perryman picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys.
Got a man that's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Travis Kelce. His first touchdown of the new season as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Dawson able to connect on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14-all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
It's now
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Open man has got one. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That goes for 14 yards, first down Cardinals. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a run with Cook. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Bridgewater now. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Bridgewater to throw it. Steps away to his left. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. And it's taken in at the 9. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Here's Dalton. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Check 15, check 368. Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
The final act of the first half, Dalton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
Let's go, baby.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Gotta wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Hey, wahoo!
On 2nd and 11 now. Dalton. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Brian Burns in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. A 10th carry for Kamara. Big hold of the 30. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage. To try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up. Watch the end.
Here we go with Kamara. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. Then the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Here's Bridgewater. And his throw's going to be incomplete. N'Keal Harry, the rookie, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Got a man open. That's Harry. And he will be marked down short of the 1st as they get to him at the 29. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
The Cardinals worst in the NFL, 6 of 16 on 4th down last year, but they'll try it here. To throw is Bridgewater. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Bridgewater. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Chris Godwin, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
Touchdown, Arizona. Will Lutz.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Don't get nervous. Hey, Zoo.
Dalton, 1st and 10. Gets it to Gordon. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Josh Gordon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Dawson tacks on the point after, and we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D. Ford able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of a yard.
How many times have we sat with coordinators, and especially the defensive guys, they've talked about big plays, sacks. They often come in bunches. Well, it may not be a bunch here, but that is the 3rd sack of the game for them.
And around sack 3 or 4, we think it starts to get in the quarterback's head a little bit.
Not just the quarterback, the offensive play caller, the offensive line, knocks people off balance and changes what they normally do.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Push him back. Push him back.
On the ground, it's Cook. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now on 2nd and 13. Bridgewater, throw complete to Herndon. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they'll try for it here on fourth. Bridgewater and company stay out there. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Arizona. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. So Dalton now. Able to get this to Gordon. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From midfield here, Dalton. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On the ground, this is Kamara. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Dalton. This is caught. Watkins. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll run it with Kamara. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Alvin Kamara, his first touchdown of the new season. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Dawson able to connect on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Throwing, Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run. This is Kamara. And some room to work. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play there out of Kamara. 44 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
I got him, man. I got him. He's mine.
Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. Now on 2nd and 13. Dalton got Gordon open, completes it. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Andy Dalton now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
A 41-yard attempt.
And Dawson's kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Bridgewater. Right back for Allen. This time he finds him complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Bridgewater. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Chris Godwin, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Lutz good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Well, they'll take that every time with a lead, first down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Travis Kelce, the all-pro tight end, the intended receiver. And it's third and short. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
They'll look to throw. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. 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 I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And this is caught by Watkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. He's back to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. There defensively to make the play, Joejuan Williams. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game, but a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had, because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That could finish things off for them.
He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the fourth.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Bridgewater shakes off the sack. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time. Well, partner, still a head-scratcher to me how this one ended. Down 3. I just thought, no matter the situation, you're in a spot where you can kick that field goal and go to overtime. Why not